All right, let's just jump right in. We are going to tackle a question that, let's be honest, probably pops into your head every single time you open a social media app. Should I make this a post or should I make it a story? It seems so simple, but what you're really choosing between are two completely different ways of existing online. You know that exact feeling, right? You've got that perfect photo, that funny thought, that quick little update, and then you just pause. Your finger is just hovering there over the screen. Which button do you press? Well, that little moment of hesitation, that daily dilemma, is exactly what we are going to break down and solve right now. So first up, let's talk about the OG, the foundation of it all, the post. Think of posts as the permanent architecture of your online home. It's the sturdy foundation of your entire digital identity. But what is a post, really? Okay, the best analogy I've heard is this. A post is like a framed photo you decide to hang in your living room. It's a permanent part of your public archive. You've chosen it really carefully, you've probably tweaked it a little, and it's there for good, representing a piece of who you are for anyone who stops by. This is why it's helpful to think of the post as this character, the polished archivist. It has three core traits. First, it's permanent. It lives on your profile pretty much forever, building your legacy. Second, it's curated. This is your highlight reel, the high quality, the well-thought-out stuff. And third, it's discoverable. Posts are literally designed to be found, to reach new people through feeds and explore pages.
Okay, but if the post is the perfectly placed furniture, what about the actual conversation happening inside the house? Well, that brings us to a totally different philosophy of sharing, the fleeting moment of the story.
And if a post is that formal, framed photo in the living room, a story is the quick, casual chat you have in the kitchen while you're making coffee. It's ephemeral, which just means it's designed to disappear. It's not for the history books, it's all about that in-the-moment connection. So this gives the story a totally different personality. Let's call it the spontaneous conversationalist. Its real power comes from being temporary. That 24-hour clock creates this sense of urgency and, more importantly, it lowers the pressure to be perfect. And that encourages authenticity. You know, the raw, unedited, behind-the-scenes stuff. And of course, it's super interactive, built for instant feedback with polls, Q&As, and quick DMs. Okay, so we've met our two main characters, the polished archivist and the spontaneous conversationalist. Now let's put them side by side, a real head-to-head comparison to make their different jobs crystal clear.
I mean, when you see it like this, the differences are just night and day, aren't they? Lifespan flips from permanent to just 24 hours. Visibility moves from your main grid to that little bar at the top. The whole vibe changes from polished to raw. Even how we interact is different, public likes and comments versus more private DMs and polls. Every single one of these features is tapping into a totally different part of who we are.
But here's where it gets really, really interesting. This isn't just a technical difference between two app features. Nope. The reason both of these formats exist and are so incredibly popular is rooted deep in the psychology of how we present ourselves and, how we connect with other people. What we're really looking at here is a tale of two selves. We all have these two fundamental and sometimes competing desires when we share things online. And what social media platforms did was engineer a brilliant solution for both of them. So on one hand, posts cater to our ideal self. This is where we build our highlight reel, right? It's the curated, aspirational version of our lives, our greatest hits album. But on the other hand, stories cater to our authentic self. They literally give us permission to be messy, to be spontaneous, to be human, to share the raw footage, not just the final polished movie. And we really do need both. Okay, so knowing all that, how do you actually make the choice day to day? Let's get practical. We're moving from the why to the how with a strategist's guide. The goal? No more hesitation. Here it is, your 3-step content compass. It's super simple. First, ask yourself, what's my goal? Am I making a huge announcement or just connecting? Second, what's the lifespan? Do I need people to find this a month from now? And third, what's the vibe? Is this a polished masterpiece or a raw, off-the-cuff moment? Answer those three and you'll have your answer every single time. So let's get really specific. You should use a post for the big stuff. Think major life announcements, getting engaged, landing a new job. Evergreen content that you want people to find later, like a good tutorial, your absolute best, highest quality photos, or any official polished message. These are your legacy pieces. And when should you use a story? For anything fast, fun, and fleeting, showing the messy behind the scenes of a project, asking your audience what they think with a poll, announcing a flash sale that only lasts 24 hours, or even just a casual, hey, good morning check-in. This is for building connection right now.
If you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this idea. It perfectly captures the difference. Posts are your resume. They are your list of achievements, carefully presented for everyone to see. Stories are the conversation you have in the interview. They're your personality, your real-time thoughts, the actual connection.
So the most crucial point here is that it's never really been post versus story. They are not competitors. They're a team. They're two totally essential tools that work together. One is carefully building your legacy, your public brand, while the other is building your day-to-day authentic relationship with your audience. You absolutely need both to have a complete digital presence. And that kind of leaves us with one last big question to chew on. As our online identities and our real lives get more and more tangled up, what's going to define our future? Will it be the permanent, polished archives we build for ourselves, or will it be the millions of fleeting, authentic moments we share along the way? It's definitely something to think about the next